Hello friends, welcome to Salesforce CRM Analytics video session 241. So basically in today's video, we will actually try to understand simple case versus search case. So we will try to understand the meaning of both the terms, simple case and what is search case. We will of course do a bit of hands-on as well. Here of course, I won't walk through the definition myself. I will take the help of Gemini itself to understand the definition part of it. But the hands-on which we need to do related to SQL, that is something which I will definitely show you over here. So, of course, this part will always be there in handy with you throughout this SAQL session for sure. You must have seen in the previous session this particular term called simple case operator. Okay. Now there are two kind of uh, case when which we have. One is this simple case use case in a for case to assign different values in different situation. Case supports two syntax forms. One is the search case and another one is simple case. Here, of course, they are explaining the simple case, but we will actually go through the search case as well. So the first question is like, what is the meaning of simple case and what is the meaning of search case? In case you are new to this, let's try to understand. People who have actually learned about SQL and all, they probably might be knowing it, but anyways, we will still learn this. For them, it will be a revision. So I will just type simple case versus search case in SQL. Okay. You can just simply write search case as well. That doesn't matter. And here, what I will do is I will go to the AI mode and we will see what is the definition which is being given. Okay. Now, what is a simple case? So as we mentioned, like the case expression allows you to implement if-then logic within your transformation. There are two primary formats, simple case and search case. Okay. So these are the two formats. So first of all, this is the very important point, which I can definitely like copy it in my notepad. And we can take it as a future reference. That's fine. Okay. I can press the, yeah, that's cool. Okay. Now here, what is the simple case? Is used for basic equality checks when you compare a single expression against a list of literal values. As you can see here, logic if it tests if the basic expression is equal to a specific value. So this is a very important term if basically it's a equal to a specific value or not. Okay, so that's the meaning of simple case. So if I write the simple case over here, fine. So this is the definition which is given. Basically, it tests if the basic expression is equal to specific value. That's something to note down. Fine. And as you can see, this is the syntax case expression when value one, then result one, else default expression. And so this syntax also, I can just make a note of it over here as well. Okay. Now, after that comes is the and use case ideal for simple data transformation such as mapping status code to descriptives. Now, what is the search case? Search case is more powerful and versatile allowing for complex Boolean condition. So the search case, the first part is like it allows for complex Boolean conditions. So that's the meaning of the search case. So let me just make a note of it over here. And basically, if you see, like this is the way it goes about. Okay, case when you give the Boolean condition and the syntax goes about in this manner. So I can just make a note of it over here as well. Okay, so this is more like a syntax. And the use case necessary for range-based condition, like if there's a particular range within which we want to categorize. Okay, now that's enough for us. Okay, we won't want to like go and do a complete thesis of these terms. That's enough. The understanding the meaning is very important. That's it. So simple case, like if I just go to my notepad, I can read it from it. If the base expression is equal to a specific value, and this is how the syntax it looks like. Search case allowing for complex Boolean condition. Okay. Now, they have also mentioned the syntax over here. If you read this document, what we will do is we will quickly walk through one example, okay, or rather a use case scenario, a very simple example to let you understand the meaning of simple case. So I will open this particular dataset which I have been using. And what I'm going to do is probably I will just move to values table. Okay. And maybe I will just take so for example, I just take the name and stage. Okay. Sorry. So I take the name and stage. Okay. Click on apply. I will get rid of the account. I do not need it. I think the name and stage is enough for me. Oh, okay. What else? I can also take the amount. Fine. I think that's enough. So the name, amount, and stage. Okay. That's enough for me. Now, what I'm going to do is, let's say if the value is closed one, I just want to write as closed one stage. Okay, something like that. Maybe I can give another name called as like stage name, something like that, and or stage name order. And what I'm going to do is, if the stage name is closed one, I will write as closed one stage. If it is closed lost, I will write as closed lost stage. And for others, it will be open stage. Okay, that's it. So a very basic example, but something to consider. So here, firstly, let me just put this over here. Okay. Now what I'm going to write is case when stage name, case when, sorry, case stage name when. So as you can see here, this is the format. Case expression, then we have to map the value. So case stage name when, let's say I write something like closed one, then maybe I can write one stage. Okay. When, let's say I write closed lost, case, okay. So here I will just map this part. Case when stage name and closed one. When closed lost, it will be then maybe something like, let's say lost deal. Okay, let's say I like won deal and lost deal, something like that. Okay. And here else it will be like an open deal. Okay, and end as, let's say I write something like deal status. I create a new derived field called as deal status. Okay, and let me run the query. Now, as you can see here, this is a perfect example of simple case. What I did, and I can just copy it in my paste it in my notepad as well. So here I have just written case stage name. Okay. As you can see over here, this is the syntax case expression. So the expression for me is this one, stage name. When, so as you can see, when value one, then result one, and this way it continues. When closed one, then won deal. When closed lost, then lost deal. Else open deal, end as deal status. That's it. Okay. And as you can see, this is the way it goes about. I have the name, amount. If the stage is qualification, it's giving me open deal. If it is closed one, it's giving me won deal. That's it. Okay. Now, this is the simple case. Now, what is search case? For search case, what we can do is we can probably take one of the examples which we did on our recipe sections. Okay. I will just quickly move to the recipe. This was the session where we did a lot of derived fields. Over here, okay, let's say I take this particular example, case when stage name. Now, this is more like, you can say, a searched case. So maybe I can write stage classification and I will just map this part over here. So firstly, let me do one thing. Let me write this whole thing over here. Okay. And right now I will just comment out this line. So to comment out the multiple, to comment out the multiple lines, you can press Control and backslash. It will help you to go for a single line statement in each of the line instead of you mapping each line. Of course, we have multiple line comments also. That also can be done. Okay. But anyways, for now, what I'm going to do is here, I will just make use of this particular thing which we have written. So let me just directly copy it from here and just let me paste it over here. Okay. And here, what I will do, I will just write stage classification. That's it. So this is like case when stage name. uh, Stage name in closed won and closed lost. Then of course this has to be in double quotes, else it will be open stage. Okay. And end as this is like stage classification. And here also I have to give it double quotes. Okay, now let's run this query. There is something wrong over here. I think it has to be in basically the bracket. Okay. Yeah, let me give the bracket over here, square bracket, and let me run this once again. Now, as you can see here, this is a perfect example of search case. As you can see, like this was the syntax case when you give the Boolean condition, then the result. And here, basically, I have two or more stages to map, and based on that, I'm doing the classification. So here you can say this is a perfect example of search case. So maybe I can just write over here something like search case example. Okay. And similarly, here also, maybe you can write something like simple case example. Okay. So that's the thing about this one. I hope you understood what is the difference between simple case and search case. And that's the way, like, we can also do multiple scenarios related to search case. Like we have already done a lot, okay, related to search case. For example, if you see this one, case when amount equal to zero, then zero amount. When amount less than, so here, whenever you're doing a certain comparison, right? So that time you that will become a search case for you. So like just an example, like if I go for this, okay, this is more like a search case. Fine. So if I just, sorry. Oh, what happened? Let me copy this. Studio. So again, this is more like a search case, but the same thing, maybe if we have written something like this, case amount, okay, case amount when zero, then it's like zero amount, okay, fine. When let's say it is 10,000, then we could have written 10K amount, okay, else it's like other amount, okay. So here again, this is like a simple case, okay. So here this is like a simple case, and this is more like a search. Of course, definitely I have to give the proper syntax. I mean, for example, this will be in single quotes, okay, and definitely in SQL this will be in double quotes. Like these are minor difference which we have to do. We have to follow the syntax pattern related to SQL. That's a different issue altogether. But I hope you understood the basic functionality, like the basic purpose is to understand the concept of simple case and search case. So that's the meaning of this. So that's it about this one. Just wanted to help you understand what is the meaning of simple case and search case in SAQL. And yeah, from here we will just continue creating a few more derived fields in SAQL. Thank you.